Hello there! Welcome back to another stream with Red Deere. My name is Red Deere. Today, we will be drawing a doodle. Not just any doodle, but a doodle of you. Doodle of you guys. I've had some ideas of what I wanted the mascot to look like. But I've been pushing I guess the phrase would be kicking the can down the road for a very long time now. But then, I realized I have a bit of a following now. People who come to the streams, people who watch the VODs. And while it's just been amazing to me. Unreal is the term I would use. Like anything above 0, that is amazing to me. Anything really. So just before the stream, I opened up a can of Pepsi Cola made with real sugar, and as soon as I opened it, it exploded. But luckily, most of the mess went onto my trash bag. I don't have a trash can next to my bed or my desk, so there's a trash bag in between my desk and my bed. That's my bed. And yeah, the can exploded and most of the sticky brown beverage went onto the bag, thankfully. Hardly any of it got on the carpet. So that was a great start to prep today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Also, don't know if you read the description, but it is also, this is also the 100th stream, or 100th video on the channel. I've been doing this for 7 months now. It's pretty neat, I may add. The days just go by, really. To think, in the beginning I was too scared to just start streaming. But then I just saw all the VTubers on Twitter. You know, the ones with a lot of viewers. Like a crazy amount, no, not viewers, a lot of followers on Twitter. It was just amazing to me. It's crazy. Just seeing the, like some of them have like 1,000, 10,000 followers and they haven't even debuted yet. But then it hit me that they haven't debuted yet. And while they're really good at marketing and promoting their brand, they haven't made anything with their voices. They haven't made any content. And while I'm not here to throw shade at anybody, we all work at our own pace, I didn't want to be that way. I didn't want to be like them. Because I'm not here to gain some kind of popularity or become some kind of meme lord. I'm here to make content for people who want to come in and watch. And while memes are a great way to promote your brand, ultimately they can't be the only thing I produce, personally. There's nothing wrong with making those things. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, I don't want to be a VTweeter. I want to be a VTuber. That was always my goal. And so here I am. Do I have thousands of viewers? No. There are still a lot of streams where nobody comes and watches me live. And that's fine. People do come. it's usually the same people, but to have regulars, I have regulars come to my streams now. I didn't even think that was possible. To them, I owe a big thanks. Big thanks. But then I have to ask, what is wrong with you? What is it about me that you like? That you keep coming in and watching me? Out of all the people you could be watching, that are so much better, and that have a model, you know, my model's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's just, he doesn't move. And I don't know. There are tricks to making a PNG move, but I don't know them. And I don't know where to find them. So I just have to ask, why? But thank you. But I mean, first, thank you. And why? Why me? And then I suppose, why not me? Why not anybody? You know? You like what you like. And what you like is me. And I feel I gotta learn to accept that rather than question it. I think that would be good for my health in the long run if I did that. So thank you. Hopefully one day we can have a large community that you original folks. I don't like name dropping because I don't like doing that, but you know who you are. I've got OGs. I got 2 OGs in my chat. I come around in my chat. You know who you guys are. So whenever you come around, I hope one day you'll see a huge bustling chat. Well, not a huge bustling chat. I'm talking like maybe 10 people in the chat, just talking. And you guys can have like a small community to be a part of, and we can all just hang out together. That would be really nice. I won't have to be I don't have to be a greeter at Target anymore. But until that day comes, this is just an idea that popped into my head. Like this mascot. Ultimately, I don't think we're going to come up with a design today. Base these antlers off of my own. Just for now. Not going to think too much on it. I'm not gonna spend like 20, 30 streams in a row working on this drawing. We're just gonna see what we can come up with today, and then we'll run with it later. So this is the head I had in mind, but then there was also this one girl from The Amazing World of Gumball, Penny, I think her name was. I also like something like that, because her head is like something like this. It's like a ball. Long, flabby arms. Blob a body. Powerpuff Girl hands. Like you just have these nubs, but then somehow you're able to pick things up. Something like that. I want this to be not only cute, but also adorable, but most importantly, marketable. No, I'm kidding. I'm a long ways from marketability, from being marketable. Big ol' eyes that have seen some shit. This looked a lot less creepy in my head. Yeah, you know, this is a little bit disturbing. Maybe not this one. But I do like the body. I can't remember where I saw it, but there was this character that had like little lines like that on his body, and I really liked that. You can have like little feet, little blob feet, like that. Oops. There we go. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Not at all disturbing. Let's get rid of the circle around the eyes. I feel like for a mascot, less is more. Yes. There we go. Do you guys want to wear clothes? I think you guys should wear clothes. Yes, I like the simpler. Like this one. So we'll build off of that one. Okay. Take this, move it down here. What you guys wear? How about what I wear? Let's give you what I wear. Nice brown blazer. Shoulder pad. I try not to make it a habit. Actually, no, I have no intention of making a habit of keeping track of who has been to what stream. I feel like that's just in the long run, that's just going to be exhausting. So forgive me if I just happen to remember you haven't been in a stream in a while. It's just because I haven't seen your name. But I have not been actively keeping track of what stream you've been to and what stream you have not. That's not what I want to convey. That's not what I want to do. I just want to make sure you feel that I notice you. Because I feel that's the appeal of watching a smaller streamer. And so I'm trying to the best of my ability, replicate that feeling, or create that feeling as best as I can. Maybe little pants. You want shoes? I'll give you shoes. More little shoes. You probably haven't seen my debut video or my debut stream. I have white shoes. Yeah, I don't really move my model too much since it's a pain in the butt to get it back to where it goes, where I want it to be. Oh my god. Hold on. There we go. So here I go. Let me show you my model. No. As you can see, I got one hand in my pocket. I have a simple V-neck, gray V-neck shirt that tucks into my brown slacks. One hand is in the pocket, the other one is in a fist. No. There we go. And then I have neatly ironed pants. I do not wear socks. And I have the nice white loafers. Laceless loafers. Yep. And there's a term for these kinds of pants, but I can't remember what these kinds of pants are called. But they're very nice. It's a very modern style. I wanted to have something simple, but then I didn't want to be plain. You know what I mean? I didn't want anything flashy, but I didn't want to blend in to the background either. I feel like there's a lot of marvelous VTuber designs, but I can't help but feel like sometimes they do a little too much. It gets to the point where the design is a little too loud. I feel it hurts the enjoyment of the viewer. There's nothing wrong with having loud designs. I feel like I'm kind of complaining. I'm saying things I probably shouldn't. But I feel I'm not saying anything wrong because I'm not talking crap. I'm just talking my preferences. I don't like loud VTuber designs. I like ones that are eye-catching, but then don't shout at you. I don't know how else to put it. They speak to you in a manner that grabs your attention. It does not shout at you. Like, it doesn't have all these different things that are just constantly moving and shaking and bouncing all over the place. It's like, no, I don't like that. A good amount of bounce, a good amount of color, and the right design. Simple. Anyway. Maybe you guys shouldn't wear what I wear, because it looks nice. You look dashing, but maybe it's just not for you. This is kind of my style. It doesn't really fit you. You know what I mean? I mean, you don't look bad in it. It's just you don't look good. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel we've known each other long enough for us to be honest with each other. But this doesn't work on you. I'm very sorry to say. So let's give you something else to wear. Alright, let's think for now, this is what we'll be working on. This is what you'll look like for now, but we're not married to this design. You feel me? Like, this isn't the final design. This is just something we're working with right now. Let's get rid of this little jank right here. Actually, I have an idea. Something I want to put on your head. I think you would appreciate this. Hold on, let me put a new file. There. And we'll save. Let's see. Something. So I don't know if you were at that stream or saw the VOD, but Polly and I had decided to name the chat. Well, Polly just portrayed the idea, or he came up with the idea, and I liked it. We are the Morons United, since we all collectively share a brain cell. Should I say dunce? Or should it just say dumb? I'm a bit old-fashioned, but I can tell when something's gone out of style. So instead of dunce, I'm just gonna put dumb. Dumb. This can be your hat. See, back in the day, at least in the United States, if a kid couldn't get his grades up, or if he was misbehaving, the teacher would not only slap him until he had blisters with a ruler, but the teacher would also put a cone hat on the kid's head that said dunce, which essentially meant stupid, and then you would have to sit in the corner by yourself. It was not at all a traumatizing event in that child's life, and 100% of them turned out fantastic and did not at all grow up to resent their children and ruin the economy. Nor did they actively vote in ways that were detrimental to themselves and their country. Anyway, for whatever reason, they stopped doing this. I feel like at least the kids on the internet, they might be getting a little too much leeway. I'm not saying we should go back to shaming them. I'm just saying people need to be held accountable for their actions. We can't let people get away with doing whatever they want. I feel like a healthy dose of reality goes a long way. Well, you guys have no neck. I don't know how you would perpetuate that. That's not my job. I'm just an ideas man. How to execute these ideas? No way. I don't know how to do that. It's not my job. That's your job. It's too late for me. But you guys are still young, spry. You guys don't have backaches yet. You guys don't have to pay taxes. Not yet. There's still hope for you. What if you had a strange shaped head? Yeah, I like it. You guys have a strange shaped head. What if you guys were brown? Like a little brown furry fuzzball things. As you can see, I'm quite fond of the color brown. That's why my suit is brown. You know, when I debuted, I was worried that the few people that would be there would start calling my suit the poop suit. But then I didn't have to worry about that. Because there was only like, I think only 5 people showed up. At the end of the day, 10 people, not at the same time, but 10 people saw the live stream, but only 1 person said a word. And it was some guy from Germany. He told me that he was from Germany. That was it. I mean, it was more than I expected. I expected to be like just another video in the void. So when you know, anybody showed up at all for any amount of time, it was nice. I wish I could still play Knights of the Old Republic, but I feel like I would suffer Disney's wrath if I kept playing it. And it's a shame because I really love that game. But I don't know, the copyright claim notification was really scary. And usually it'll tell you that the copyright holder, if you do get like a copyright notice, they say that there'll be no action to your channel. And they also will tell you if the copyright holder has stated that it is absolutely okay. For Disney stuff, it does not say that it's absolutely okay. It just says that nothing will happen, but you will not be able to monetize the video in the future. And you know what? That's a problem. And I'm worried, maybe a little paranoid about the idea that when eventually, maybe next year sometime, or maybe 2 years, who knows, when I eventually get monetization, that video is going to be immediately the reason why my channel gets taken down. Like the very moment I'm approved. So it's better just to not monetize that video in particular and just not mess with it in the future. From now until the end of time. Because I know I'm just a little guy, but hell hath no fury. Yeah, I think thinking this is okay. These dudes are alright. Kind of look like an alien. Some kind of alien that waits for an opening. Simply pulls the strings. Love comes walking in. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Oh, and don't forget to stretch. If you're watching a stream, hold on, I got a pop. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, if you're sitting or watching a stream for any amount of time, make sure you stay limber. The last thing you want is to be in your 50s and unable to get up. No, in your late 20s and you were unable to get out of your chair. I think it doesn't matter what your weight is. If you struggle to get out of your chair for any reason at all, you need to find a way. You need to change something. You know, unless it's disability related. You can't really help that. There's nothing wrong with you in that case. But I'm talking like, if there is something you can do to change your lifestyle, just so you're able to get out of a chair, do it. You deserve it. You are worth it. Anyway, back to my thing about my debut. I decided I just wanted to do it. I just wanted to be a VTuber. I was tired of saying, oh, one day I'm going to be a VTuber. One day I'm going to be a VTuber. I was tired of it. Sick and tired of it. I just decided, why don't I just do it? So as soon as I got my model, I put down a date. Once the model was finished. Now, it wasn't technically finished when I started using it. The glasses, I drew the glasses myself. And the glasses were more of a placeholder at the time. But it didn't matter to me. I just wanted to start. I didn't get like me personally, I didn't finish the glasses until much later. And then I also did some, I got some touch-ups done to the model too. Just here and there, very subtle, very subtle. You can't tell, you couldn't really tell the difference unless I put the two models side by side. And I'm not gonna do that because I can't find the first one. I didn't delete him. It's just he's not somewhere, he isn't saved somewhere that I can remember at the moment. Do you remember Penny had a tail from The Amazing World of Gumball? Oh, and then there was her season 1 design, where she was shaped like a peanut. Ooh, yes, now I have to do that. I have to do it. I have to give you guys that design. Let's see what that looks like. Yes. No, that's the wrong color. And then there was later on, because at first she was supposed to be like she had like a potato shape. Like this. And then much later on, I think before she changed, they made her more of a peanut shape. Like a peanut mousse person. With arms and legs sticking out of the shell. With antlers. Like that. Not only did they make her look more like a peanut, but they also gave her curves. And they had a legitimate reason as to why. One. I think I kind of like the dot eyes, the big dot eye. I haven't always been a big fan of drawing eyes. So whenever I can get away with drawing these big old dot eyes, not only is it adorable, but it also conveys a sense of empty-headedness that I find to be nice. I like it. I can do this. You guys can smile like that. Like this. No. Keep it simple. Just give you a little smirk. Small little smirk. A little hole here. Wait for him to come out. A little. Hey, hold on. You guys want fingers? You guys can hold anything regardless. Oh, but if I only give you 3 fingers, you won't be able to play the guitar. So I'll give you a 4th one. Looks a little crusty. Not Penny's boat. Whoever boat it is, it's a nice boat. I think I'll post this when the stream ends, or when I finish the stream. I think I'll post this image. And I don't know. I'm kind of giving up on Twitter. It just doesn't seem like anything I do. Like not even my followers see it. So it makes me think, what's the point? I think I'll just put all my time and effort into making YouTube shorts. But even then, that's really limited. I bet you didn't know I posted a new one. Even though I put it on Twitter. Hold on, let me take a quick look at how it's doing. It has 13 views. This was told that they marketed this to me as the way to get people to look at my stuff. And then it's only been, I know I posted it like, I think at 1 in the morning, Pacific time. But still, I feel like this was, I was sold a false bill of goods. And then Twitter, all the VTuber hashtags. Oh my god, I'm gonna be complaining this stream, and I gotta stop. I'm gonna stop. Just kind of venting some of my frustrations. But at the same time, they don't bother me so much. They don't bother me into inaction. That doesn't make any sense. Because they kind of are what they are, and I gotta learn to accept that. That's just the way they are. I'm not owed anything. I'm just a little guy trying to make his way in the universe. Just a simple man trying to make his way in the galaxy. I'm just a simple deer. Just trying to find his way in the forest. Staying off of highways. I don't know, I don't like this. I don't know, I don't like it. Another hole here. I like the simpler antler. Ugh, kind of freaky. Now it kind of looks like arms on your head. I don't know, my friends. It's starting to look a little strange this way. Ow. Hold on, let me look up what Penny looked like. The first thing that came up, okay, the second thing that came up when I looked up Penny was Penny's mom. So, you know, now you got that, and now you have that to contend with. Yeah. She becomes some kind of, shiny mythical creature thing. strange. But no, she does have those little antlers that stick out of her head. When she was first introduced, I thought she was a potato. I didn't know she was supposed to be a moose. And then I think they just kind of ran with the idea that she was a peanut. Oh man, I'm a little bit afraid to keep going with looking at the fan art. Now I'm looking at the creepiest plushie of Gumball I've ever seen in my life. Nope, I'm out of here. Nope, I've seen enough. Wander too close to the sun. My wings are made of wax. Now I'm crashing down. Bye-bye. Goodbye, cruel world. Alright, so I like this one. This one is nice. The dumb. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna isolate it. What the fuck? Oh, there we go. Put it in the folder. Let me put it in. It won't go in. There we go. Right. This is the one I will Actually, no, I'm not going to do it this way. Crap, I gotta wait for it to load. Yeah, no, I don't want to do it this way. Bring them all back. I'll do it this way. So now we're going to bring out the old trusty G-pen. Not the real one, the digital one. Whoop. Requires patience. I don't know, there's a part of me that wants to lean into the wonkiness. The stinkiness. I like it. Sometimes when I'm drawing, my mind likes to wander. Kind of just zone out. Alright, so I have a confession. Even though I was in advanced programs in high school, I was not in advanced classes for math. In fact, I was really bad at math. Like, really bad. So bad, in fact, I remember I had to take algebra twice. And I had to take geometry twice. Yep. And I remember in algebra 3 that I needed to pass. Because I would pass. And luckily the high school's requirement for math wasn't so strict. My teacher was the same guy who was my Algebra 1 teacher, who had failed me. He realized how hard I was actually working in his Algebra 3 class. And so he gave me a pass. He let me slide. He would give, sometimes, it was a very subtle thing too. Just enough to get a C. Like he would grade he would go back and regrade my test so that they were just, the score was a little bit higher than they should have been. Than his TA had graded them to be. And that was really cool of him to do. Because it wasn't like I was just slacking off. I was doing the work. I was asking questions. I was participating in class. I wasn't afraid to look like an idiot in front of the whole class when I got a formula wrong. He knew I was putting in the effort. And I feel like he really did me a solid. Because I was in advanced classes and everything else. Like history, English. I was even taking psychology in high school. It was just math I had to be with the regular kids. I felt like I got along with them better than I did with the other kids who were in the advanced classes. Because those kids in those advanced classes, dude, they're so obnoxious. They're so book smart that it hurt. They were book smart know-it-alls. But when it came to common sense, they just didn't have it. Some of them, they play tennis, right? One of them hurt their elbow really, really bad. And she thought that she had just, like, dislocated her elbow. It's like, dude, you did not dislocate your elbow. I told her that. It's like, you didn't dislocate your elbow. Because if you dislocated your elbow, you'd be screaming. You'd be in pain. Your arm would be flopping around as if it were broken. No, she had tennis elbow. It blew her mind. Not only did I say that, but the fact that she didn't know what that was. In fact, some of them had the audacity to tell me that that wasn't a real thing. It's like they didn't look it up. They didn't think to look it up. They think because a person they had decided was not a reliable source had said it, then it must not have been true. So look, dude, I might not be your friend, but I know stuff. I go on the internet, I look things up, I fall into rabbit holes. I know about tennis elbow. And the only reason why I knew about tennis elbow was because it came up during an explanation of tennis knee, which my dad had. Essentially the same thing, where a small muscle will wear down or tear in the joint. That's what happened to my dad in his knee, his left knee. He couldn't walk for a couple days and he had to wear a brace, but he was okay. It was just a muscle that tore, and it healed. But it's basically, there's nothing that they can do for you when that happens. Just, they tell you to put on a brace and hope for the best. It's kind of like breaking your toe. Anyway, I don't know why that popped into my head and why I got so upset over it again. I think it was that on that day that I realized just because you're smart doesn't mean you know everything. But I knew that about myself. It's like, even though I got good grades in these very difficult courses, and I was told by my teachers that we were taking very difficult classes again and again and again, I still didn't feel like I knew everything. I knew there was a vast amount of things I knew nothing about, but I was okay with that. It didn't bug me. It did not bug me knowing that there was so much I did not know. In fact, right now, it makes me excited. It means that there will never be any shortage of things to find out about. I think that's awesome. But there are some people, such as my classmates in those classes, they were bothered by the fact that they could not know everything. And it's just that was perplexing to me. Like, how arrogant, how full of yourself do you have to be to think that way? Well, anyway, I don't know how to draw arms. So I just draw these little noodle things. Yep. It also reminds me of the class I took in college. Not only did I take screenwriting, but I also did creative writing, and I also took creative poetry writing. There was this one girl in my class that I will not name for obvious reasons, for her protection and mine. I can't really describe the college I went to. It was just, I can't describe it in any way, shape, or form, because it had very I can't describe it at all, because the moment I do, you'll probably figure out where it was or what it is. It's not like Anyway, there was this girl, another girl. It just happened, it just happened to be a woman, It is what it is. She had come into the class after having transferred from another university that also had a poetry program. And oh my god, she was hot shit. She thought she was hot shit. She would constantly challenge the professor, who had published work. And this girl, she didn't publish a damn thing. But our professor had published poetry. Not just like the typical self-published professor stuff. I mean, she had published in magazines. I can't name any of them, but they sounded pretty impressive. And a lot of the people in the faculty, they seemed to know what it was, and they seemed to be genuinely impressed. Not just like the pretend impressed. I mean, like really impressed. Anyway, this girl would constantly get into spats with my professor. Whoops. About how a poem was supposed to be. And I remember there was one day in an assignment, she turned in a one-worded poem. I couldn't tell you what that word was. That's how bland and generic that word was. A single-worded poem. But my professor was a professional. She tried her best to try and figure out why that word was selected, and she only had nice things to say about the poem. This did not satisfy the girl, who essentially turned that poem in as a challenge. And then after that class, I never saw her in that class again. She didn't even transfer out of the class. She was still on the roster. she just never showed up again. I think my professor had to manually remove her from the class. And then that essentially made her someone else's problem after that. I don't know where she went. Couldn't even remember her name. Obviously, she was my age. We were all the same age. I think. Oh, and that also reminded me of a poem I wrote. I'm not going to recite it here, because not to brag or anything, but I did get it published. I don't mean to brag. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but I am a published poet. And not only that, but I've also written a novel. I never finished the novel. Got pretty close. But, yeah, the novel was shit. I threw it away. I don't know where it is. I don't know where the files are, nothing. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Did you know, if your Microsoft Word subscription expires, you can still open the Word documents? But Microsoft will not let you copy and paste any of the text. So even if I wanted to keep working on it, my subscription is expired. I won't be able to touch it ever again. Unless I fork over $100. Which I think is bullshit. Anyway. Where was I going with this? I learned that sometimes when you go to a workshop for something that you create or something that someone else has created, what they have created will be objectively perfect the way it is. But then not everybody knows how to convey that idea. So I remember there was this one poem one of my classmates made. Her poem was perfect. I loved the way it was. But then there were other people there. They were still giving like criticisms and critiques and how to do things differently. And then I had to visualize it in my head, and I realized. And then there was someone else who knew how to say it. And I'll tell you how he said it. Is like, the poem is perfect. What everyone is saying, that's how they would write it. The critique essentially stops being constructive, and it becomes an opinion on how they would do it differently. And then the differences are usually determined not by how to do something better, but how somebody would prefer it to be done. A difference in style. And then I said that was perfect. I don't think he said it exactly like that, but it was perfect. It was a perfect advice in anything. Sometimes you will come across something that is exceptional the way it is. And then whenever you see a criticism, it'll simply be how that person would prefer it to be different, or would prefer something else. And that's likely not to bash the thing that was made. Does that make sense? I'm not saying that this isn't some long old build up about how I think my art is perfect. No, my art is trash. I still have a long, long, long way to go. I mean, look at this. He's not even standing up straight. He's kind of wonky. He's kind of wonky looking, don't you think? Don't you think? Anyway. I know the lines aren't really all that great. Try not to worry about it too much. I had to make sure there were separate layers. There are also a lot of VTubers out there that a part of their lore, they want to rule the world or take over people's minds or anything like that. It's like, that's very ambitious. Kudos to them. I, on the other hand, I have no such ambition. I'm not a very ambitious person. Hell, I'm not a very competitive person either. I just go with the flow most of the time. Yeah, there are things I would like to have, and there are things that I'm ambitious about, but at the end of the day, I'm not overly ambitious or competitive. I just want to do my own thing most of the time. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not here for the world. I'm not here to take over the world. I am here to help those. I'm here to make it a better place for anyone who stops by my channel. You know, a little respite from the world, so you can rest up. And when you're ready to get back out there, you'll be able to do so with a calm mind, rested head. Yeah. Yes, I think that's good. Today is garbage day. I have to remember to take out the garbage. Oh, I'm getting sleepy. It's very warm in my room. And this does take me back to when I first started streaming. I have no problem streaming on my own, by myself. I really don't. My only issue with it is that it's tiring, coming up with things to say on my own. It takes a lot of brain juice. And you know, I'm up to the task. I have no problem with it. It's just that I run out of brain juice after like an hour. And then when I have to come up with things to say while also drawing, I'm working both sides of my brain. And then that spends extra brain juice. And in today's economy, I don't know how much you think. I don't know if you've paid attention to how much brain juice costs these days. But let me tell you, it's about the same as gas. Petrol, if you prefer. And we're not charging by the liter. We're charging by the gallon. No, we're not charging by the gallon. We're charging by the liter. Liter's smaller than a gallon, by the way. I think. I think it's no secret that I am an American Deere. I will give you that much. I am an American. I wish I wasn't, but that's the way it is. There's nothing wrong with being an American. It's just that these days, well, I won't get too much into it. It just, it's tough. Things are tough. I'm debating on whether to keep going or call it a day. I think I'll... Oh, did you know that Bing has a voice changer now? Yeah, they were spamming my phone's notifications about how they have an AI voice changer. Pretty great. So you can make yourself sound like a girl. For scientific purposes, I tried it out. It just makes you sound like a chipmunk. So I guess to Microsoft's AI, girls sound like chipmunks. Very strange, but, nice to know. I didn't know girls sounded like chipmunks. I've been listening to a lot of girls my whole life, and I never noticed. There's something I wanted to look up. Oh, right. I think I'll make you guys... Hold on, let me find my color palette. As I saved the color palette based on the colors I had ordered. There were certain shades I wanted my model to be. And I had those colors saved somewhere. Just have to find it. There they are. It's about consistency. First, I'm gonna go with a base. These are gonna be orange. Orange people. Oops. There we go. You guys know about the Cleveland Browns? It's an American football team. Anyway, they are orange and brown. You guys are going to be the colors of the Browns. For now. I don't normally make gradients. There's something about the notion of a brown and orange gradient that I really, really want to try. If that's okay. Yeah? Yeah, I think so. You guys know so. You guys are okay. Oh, let me give you your little lines. I think Bullwinkle. Little black lines like this. Except they're closer to his belly, like this. So I'll give you guys these little ones. No, that's too many. I played Star Fox Assault the other day. I don't know whose bright idea it was to put in third-person shooter segments. That person probably had something to do with Sticker Star. Because it was such a trash idea. Like, dear God. I have the flight controls inverted for flight. why are you using the flight controls with the third person shooting controls? I don't like inverted there. And then you can't change it, because if you want to change the control scheme, you gotta start all over again. I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna touch the game now. It's the second mission. Right out of the gates in the first mission, the end of the mission turns into a boss rush. You're just learning the controls and how things work, and they're already throwing kitchen sinks at you. And then you get a first-person shooter mode. Like, no. And then the voice acting is meh. Especially Andrews. There you go, Star Fox! Open fire! I am the descendant of Andros! Ah! It's like, shut up, you stupid NFT. Just let me shoot you. Stupid monkey. Well, and then sometimes Crystal is British, but then other times she's Scottish. It's like they couldn't quite figure out what nationality they wanted her to be, so then they just said yes. Just, yeah, whatever. We're gonna find a way not to pay you anyway, so it doesn't matter. I made that up. They paid her. Unfortunately. No, I'm kidding, It's not the actor's fault. It's usually the director's fault for not wanting consistency. And it's a shame, because most of the time it's a solid game. It feels like Star Fox. But then when you get to the parts that are different for the sake of being different, it's just not a fun ride. I don't think there's ever been a solid Star Fox since Star Fox 64 3D. There we go. Oh, looks like you guys played in poop. Ew. No, this doesn't work at all. No, that's gross, guys. You can't look that like that. Alright, let's do the same thing, but with green. It's the color of my eyes. I'll use the highlight color that was used for my eyes. Damn. Actually, hold on. Yeah, like I said, we're not going to be able to come up with a design today. Just like getting the cogs working. Getting them turning. This isn't gonna work. No. The gradient's a little weird, but I think we can do it. You guys look like some kind of alien. think we're gonna have to workshop it a little more, but I'm gonna call it here. It's very warm today. It's 94 degrees outside. That's American Fahrenheit, by the way. Not quite 43. What's the temperature for in a way that the rest of the world can understand? 34. It's 34 degrees. It's not bad. You know what I mean? But you know, when the moment your AC shuts off and you're next to a window that doesn't have a curtain, it gets hot, very hot. I'm basically sitting right on top of my fan that's blowing straight into my leg, straight to my leg. The moment I shut it off, I'm going to burst into flames. Well, I think that's it for now. I'm gonna export this. And then I'm going to post this onto Twitter, where I hope at least 2 people see it. And hopefully this time neither of them are me. No. I don't get the whole Twitter thing right now. I guess it's just one of those things where everybody knows the brand, but then they're not willing to spend money on the brand. Because Twitter's proven time and time again that its opinion doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Where was I going with that? I think I was going someplace, but then realized I probably shouldn't go on, and so I stopped. Yeah, I think that's it. Anyway. I don't think we should put what I want is another way I'm going to say what I wanted to say is we shouldn't put all our eggs in one basket. There are other places where people post their opinions, and the people at those locations might be a little more knowledgeable than most of the people who whine on Twitter. If I had the choice, I would never have to use Twitter again. But being a personality on the internet that wants to, grow his audience, I don't really have a choice but to use Twitter. And I think a mass majority of my fellow VTubers would agree. If we had the choice, we wouldn't use it at all. But we don't. We don't. TikTok, as much as I hate it and what it does, I also have to understand that is a perfectly acceptable place to advertise your brand, if you can stand it. If you can't, YouTube Shorts is pretty much the same thing. Not as interactive, I've noticed, but more or less the same thing. Yes, I've used TikTok. That's how I can't just blindly say I hate something without having used it myself. I've used it. I don't like it. I don't understand it. And there's too many boobs. Now, normally that wouldn't be a bad thing, but I want to look for them. If I want to see them, I'll look for them. I don't want to be shown them without my permission. You know what I mean? I don't always want to see them. Believe it or not, some men, I don't know about how many of men, because I don't speak for all men, but for myself, I'm not always, maybe it's because my libido is not that great, but I don't always want to see boobs. You know what I mean? And I felt like the algorithm kept showing me girls dancing a certain way. It's like, is it because I'm into anime and then these basic thoughts are tagging their videos anime and they're in cosplay of characters? It's like, I want to see animated women. I like virtual women. I don't want to see real women. Well, anyway, that's my preference. Yeah, this turned into a bit of a ramble at the end. My apologies. I'm gonna call it here. I'll post this onto Twitter sometime later. On Friday, I don't know what I'm gonna do on Friday, because on Thursday I'm going to a baseball game. It's a dollar beer night. I'm not the designated driver this time, so I'm probably gonna. It's been a very stressful couple months, and plus I mentioned in the last stream I have gotten a jury summon, and I'll find out whether or not I'll be on a jury, or even if I even have to report to the courtroom on Friday, this Friday. So, and then if I do have to go next week, anytime next week, I will let you guys know if I have to cancel streams. But we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, I was not able to get out of it, so I'm literally at the mercy of the court. I don't want to say any more. I don't want to jinx it. But if all of a sudden you wanted to come to a stream and you find that I am not streaming on the times I've posted, you will know why. I will let you guys know why. Yeah. Or if I don't have to go to the court, nothing will change. And I'll just say I'll bring it up on Monday's stream. Actually, I'll know by long before Friday night stream, so we'll see how that goes. What else did I want to talk about? I don't know what I'm going to do on Friday night stream. I just know that it'll be at 12:05 in the morning. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. I will be posting more stream clips, just like bite-sized chunks, 30 seconds or less, or a minute or less, onto YouTube Shorts every now and again from now on, since I figured out how to do it. The one that I posted this morning at 1 o'clock in the morning, my time, I had no idea what I was doing. It looks terrible, and the resolution is quite bad. I'll be looking into ways to fixing that, but at the same time, I might keep doing it that way because it does kind of stand out a little. But we'll see. I feel that, that's just something I need to be doing to help get people into my chat who want to be in there. I think this is a good way to do it. At least for now. Alrighty, enough stalling. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.